enye in design no enti ukọ no na the be mass registration I just say problem na over pakofa aswa enti no that no egu ha registration no ntimi eto e yenkofa no mfa nya adwuma no na obia ntimi enya center no bi woni letter area na entwire no that the be nipa mom pay so no obia benya kwanya atwire e ka bi outsida entwide 6,000 7,000 go ho parliament ya ma hu sika se facility ne mfa ntwire no na ebia o se menye afei wode ba kun ko chat ba kun yesu a wo kan se wode be yi wode atrai bi wo ba bia ye referendum no anya ye feli wo ka se wo be kire 100,000 bi wo 47,000 pe na tim enyai enti wo bas ana wani tia se ade no enti me nye sa ma wo se no ana de be ya enye kwa pae na ofesa wo ye na critical confusion ampani ampa ni nuani ampa Omuko field because I say yeah, Jumai. This day from second day from Fede na Omudi Mikase, Yankofa, and Fideda Dano, na Yanchiche be na Yanfanya. Sam Fideda Daya, Wakofa, Uchiche. Tessie, I'm minty hay, minim Fidedo do a qua. Our field the IH reading. About one she shares so dress. Babibia, Udia Fidebako, Babibia, Baby Santa Biano. As I said, now Kawaboy, you know, man, near 21 days, and son and she said, no, I shall here. They say, and no Obiani information. Centra, as I said, ultimate boy, I'm a near first, and they say, Party Nibia, preparation, Nayadi, and near the actually say, ultimate for Fidian, for Shakuamba, be announced church, I encounter now the Ababeka register. Say, see, I feel there, a month for Koya, I take Uber Babino. Yakache party phone said in Fidia na Bebaha. Ubakona baby said to me, no, and I said to me, Nami Sambi Shisha Babia, Yadi Tredia.
Shisha Babia, Ada, when you pay him now, every bank crana, one side is new ones we call you.
Dabio, why you list at the Amaya said, me yet Adi ka, eha. It's party phone 5 agents in Quatraho. And he said, but the white church says sentence no way in 5 agents in Quatraho. The Counu says center be we are creating over the party for no year anymore. I didn't try to go so I yet. Nanya Guapayan was said after all critical confusion. Says I may know, Casay. Electoral Commission, right, that on say. Say, Obia, on ye, a Jumayeni, and now Electoral Commission, and Suman, so on Koye Bibia, on Koye Dinchra, now Koye voting. What don't Sako can, woman crata, Kuranoa, it may show Malco Dembe and Film. Mrada Honunu.
Okay.
Says ya, Nipa no be wa, Yakochi Nipa. Ewo secondary school between secondary school Ashanti region. Yekuta Electoral Commission Fidie Nubia. Yedi register nipa. Wabra sanko for no idea Fidie no register nipa no. Wamukura nya Electoral Commission juma for kura.
Na hona ye center designated center.
Center bia. Sauti asie.
Na nya bia mabusa isi mu se saa
ya report ni nyina ya kwachi wo mo atwa ho video nyina e wo ho sabra mi ka say ya nya obi ahwe enti eyeden na Electoral Commission yenyi ohun fidie no a SSN ka bie ko ba bibia no tracking da so yenyina etini hu e bia timi akodi ni pabonifo bi ensam a wo mo nya Electoral Commission adwumayefo na wo mo de twetwedi wo secondary school.
Na when you know Osha ebia eyese emfidie ni faili ye niti ena ama omo yesa na nyese boapaya de bia na se boapaya abato abedwekwo no omo interest ne sense obehye da se ono anim se nipa se na mpese me register na obema ne ma ye basa na waji nimo
na temo ye bo womo support ye bo womo kokose manye we ediwe beba manye we ediwe beba nye ni media fo ya nya mo network iso ana ye ka yaka enti obi antimi nka say ama womo koko ena ade a ye bo koko no so na atan wa ya asombraje na atan happen enti obi ka say boapaye na wo ya create confusion na onika
na me ka se bi anke be hu ni se
afidie we enye na adwuma nie o de ya enye ye e be break it down na ko duru ba bi na se afidie no break it down ti na me ye say ya na enye bu apaye
ebia na adwuma no challenges ni bia na enye se wa sheda say and osha only reason bia emu eduru eto asum die ntia oka se yemfa new machines enye adwuma na
only reason bia because emfidie no ho ya said that emfidie no 7,000 ebetimi akọ electoral area ba bia mi akotweredi na wunim adwuma registration adwuma no kura no de ma etoda bia eyemre ne se uwo mfidie se 2,000 kura na wo ne se fa kokotweredi ewo 8,000 centers ya uwo ho akwanya se ubezo ni country no kura into 4 na yabetweredi in one zone na obia timiache ni din with the same 2,000 now betimi ashifi akọ second zone now betimi ashifi akọ ubedu for better say with the 2,000 no actually din 8,000 centers ya or how be ama
okay
eti ni nyina wo wa wuti mfidie no nye aje obeka ase mfidie no ebi ye enti odi be kwa akoye adwuma na ete dodo ose na ye ode me ye ete on kan kire obia
na when nyina mu no sanfidie no de wode koye ahwo aba asemi na nka no ne botaye pa ne se nya registration krona
there be there wo mfidie no ye 2 times ba ko ye mfidie a eno ye tintim no wo electoral commission officer untimi ntum fan ko ba bia eno na juma he ne se registration period katie we say no mutwamu a nipa ba ko mienu bi ebetimi bi a ye twedi oni ha no de ne passport abekire say ye twedi mi ni ha ana here registration no for whatever purpose
okay
na owo to district center yetimi edeno fast screening bi ne ma no ho akwanya say ye be use sa fidie no ne de atwere ni din
okay
enti enye mfidie a yato tintim say ye cotton line tintin say we ni akotwere die na atwere din no efi say wo twere a efa internet so na eko center ho direct enunti say obia use sa fidie no in 300 centers throughout the country no obia trading and for the same network no so aqua ever crash it.
I see. Na ebra mo call IPAC no as IPAC advisory board and a committee
o ma me kire we si ya nka beboa e na boa tiefo enunti no emfa enu nkonkoye na de ye de kire din da bia ye nyina ye nim no use battery edum nkane akora etimi twere use internet enti wa no ne systems nyina wo twere no ho awie bibia ho ade obia ne mama no enunti eno no utimi epaja de ko akura bia ase enunti sentence ya electoral area sentence ya ye twere no o chiche ede kwa obia be twere din ewia na ye de abane akambu na ayefe eno so na modwuma efo no yatete wo mu a wo mu nim yusu a besi ne enti yemfa no nkonkoye adwuma no o se da akire ya yire no a o se ene etisade a o de kakra bi beso the tintim district office district office in Fidie no enti mi nye sa adwuma no o se no ana be de o de be kwa akoka ho amia bi akire din no ne dodo ayesan a o se minim na afi na mi ko hwiwe mu ebi asa ebi nseye ana ko hwiwe mu a wo se sesi a wo ko field dia the team offices ho no a antimi anya adwuma no enfidie kro no a wo se ebi asa ebi nseye ebi so no asa akofa na wo de chiche guso wo chiche guso iso ye nimba bia ni nyina eko eti akoye se confusion what the design and o implement it.
Na sa reason so ya de ma mu ni nyina e na IPAC mo so muti ase se onye ni sa na ho na IPAC mo kan ho asem na still anye yi
Many a banya no na maybe some question I pack out say material udidi matemno. Seba isu muti ninya. It is a sad thing we say no. Yet if you near to your home for near my own said ya. And go will be anti and can. That mean what the cra. I buy electoral commission was a tintin trinity. With the minimum idea non so the imaginary say mayor and one mayor and the confusion bedroom and found component any.
And to say our IPAC muno political parties no you are just one of them moye mubako other parties ne so was our concerns here more raise biana
million by a can't just one NDC just one NDC one of the two major parties here mine I don't hear can't attempt no based on you yeah I had church there you know. And yeah, just one party. Parties will be a kind. But one day, I pack in Unandian say, I mean, dear Futubia, I mean, I may want to say, Medibayajuma. I thought that because say, I pack in here, men I may want to meet them in the years. Yes, so that's the other way. Obianim dia kakra ene ya tiatia ya betoha afajam breso ya yetma obianim dia kakra ya tiatia ene ya betoha kalota breso ya yetma now what but now see I parking here and Canada ma me ka say o see I parking here electoral commission no an say I parking one job don't ka say I parking here me demand ni be yetma what the Ajuma na Ghana citizen be a who say Ajuma na ho ye no ntia on found court.
Okay.
Then chat ya. Now what the court na. I just so ya deba umfa. E bi na wa koya this year akofa atemo bai. But be a actually be ano. Credibility be anim because we are to me the dance say what me attract. Say enfidie no the yesi enfan konkoye no. But be a fidie no
okay. Hina one who said the Abeya Enkoya say, oh, opposition party, largest one for that matter. Or Mubeya, dear Cryer Besha, no more raise objections that Antina sell, or more Casino. It's say other members are more a committee, no, or Muso Ehunia Muyana.
Or no, I see committee, no. They need to me. Issues are raising, no. The moment they have found me, these issues next. No more say, I said, my hair can read Naniquemo and I say Naniquemo. And now, or tell me, and Trobi, and will be a go piasso. Because you can't say media, a fourth estate of the Rama. I say, no. Then you said, yeah, Wayaka, no, I could be so Wayaka. Obi Razia, Samefa, or minor democracy one. And Yamusuma said, yes, and Mubedi actually. No matter say, I tell me, as much as he can. The no great woman is saying, Brabeyano, they are not so can and Tintama. Nipa me doing ya Becramo, Musho no swap. In Crata, war any adance or near near Woody or all the bonnet. They all say democracy, no. That's I say, media for, oh, what me, Abuami at Little, engineer Cato, because the Obenya or mine. Media womb without government. And they say, obey now Maya government womb without media. Obey to Sudia, a media womb without government. And until a better than a media for. That they must say, Koswa. One said, dear pa with democracy, Lumine say, Obey the actually, number be upon the dear Wobiano, Obepa Huntuma, to dry up the ponds. The baby bonny diano, Tatasumo Masune, maybe bonny to me cost. And the issues no near reading.
Okay.
Statistical service could be almost a nipa saying, and they qualify, say, Sadly, we are betrayed. Yeah, say, statistical service for the amount, say 1.7 million. And I let our commission for the better 300,000. Adekye a better 500,000. Adekye a better 700,000. Yakobisa almost say that difference 1 million. Hefana umbenya kwani accurate. It is central the area. uko bisa na wa kasa wu na wani di achi na uko bisa electoral commission for e ma omo so be kata e ma Ghana for tia ye mienu de all kind of brand de all boy man se bewu.
Okay. Enti sesi asa issues ya marriage eno ano no anasa officially mo be ka bibi akere easy for on krata so.
Am say afuju amede ma no wonti. Enya no ano no wo adwuma de na aka.
Enti me na sesi a me madwuma na wo twɛn.
Sana make it. Asem no ya ready. Mo function me say mo be ma Ghana for ate. When the pano a yesusu say omo ye bonino. Omo so nche mu na Ghana for nti say de omo ye na ye papa na say de ye kanu na ye papa.
Okay. What's how the madwuma na ma me no? Mate me de ato ho. E na me bisa o say also concerns na wa raise no. Say me ye madwuma no say me nyanya yo. E de anamo biem e na mutu. Ana maka ni say no mo twen say media be ya o madwuma aboa mo ansa.
Oh how no. Tade ya woka say bia chete NDC fo nkwa na anya pa bia yedi. Say oman no democracy no koso a NDC fo na eboa wo mo. Say oman no adia to abana sunje ba na say sunya manantokwa na ebeba e NDC fo nkwa asem. Enti wo koso na obi say question na mo be da. Akwai ti say de Ghana fo no obi amfa ho e NDC fo asem. De ye ne say because of position yewa yenim ohawa ebetimi di abano ye cheche mu ama Ghana 40 mamufo no nyina hunu se ya anya bibia ohaw se ne betimi di abra yan Ghana fo nyina ama bi aka sofo ebi aka media fo ebi aka politicians ebi aka school fo enti asem no de ye ne se ye dia tudwa ama mu nyina magui tamuti obi amfa ntanto ne dami famu na yenko he said, "Yeah, come and quite yama or Mokucha. Omian time, them from Yanko and Quatina or Mokucha."
In a say unim say if a Ghana form, but a come on kesi because you have a larger stake a womb and Timuso na ma raise aba and anamount be na mube to say easy because oko iPack and say una wo iPack so and na una can asem no na munyina ma fa ho adwen enti ye dia ye ne say yes ye de to dwama amanfo enti me busa wo say no na me busa what say
at ya o kan so me ne onya adwen.
Okay.
And NDC the one largest stake change the population of Ghana. Ade, NDC can it be in government without any population? Tabai na ye pese kumu. Ye stake ye umu anono. Na cha sunje be ba man no mu no man no atimi atransi na mpuntu akoso na tikabima nkabina akoso no. Eno ye NDC for stake.
Now, she said Ghana ni bia Ghana for no obi anya meka say ordinary citizen bia anya meka say the EC no ha omo na mo larger stake ni so any say una unam sa process yi so e de beba aban mu enti wo stake no obviously e was true because Ghana ni omo register omo bi obi feel say obey disenfranchise na hana court and obeko as of now of that 1 million now mu raising one concerns no say anti so obi e ka say is a disenfranchise and say is didn't register me and in the process I'll be disenfranchised and now is ya me say enti mu amako hu amako akwafa aba no mu na say busa mu say in that cause then what do you seek to do or what do you seek to achieve?
1.8 million obi antu anamo wa ye ni media for no na faili.
Okay.
Because Obia 1.2 million position woman betimi ehunu this detailed information no and to say you privilege to know that information and I said you say you be ni ama omuso ahunu and then I take decision because knowledge is power.
Okay.
So odim no be at in a class here. Say Obia who say the course ni yenye say. But
okay.
No, stake it. Citizens here because of your position here. You access to some information which we need to share. It is maybe I'm not here. Let's say I am a bad citizen or passive citizen. Now, maybe any at the church. Now, ama ya so atem no ama. amanfo nyina ate also failing you know also why a bad citizen.
Okay.
Now the side no nyina ba no bia who say ade we na eba ya we ya edo how we beba eno na ma ordinary citizens no take action. And at this stage, you know, yeah, need be so actually.
Okay.
What some of the other mobile career next level, the citizens now take you a decision. It is a Obia Nigerian said NDC will larger stake in this matter than the population of Ghana. If I tell Adabraka, and not the Entesa, maybe a yes, because meaning say NDC is taking woman say. Niema beye kroje ni etimi anya akunya so akotena ne adi o man so.
Ehwo na larger stake ni ba mu no.
Enya larger than ena make say eno nye larger. Because the larger stake ni say o man no ayetimu no. Asunje beba ma timamufo ho ato mo.
Okay.
The larger stake ni say a man for right to determine say me wo ha we na mpese odi mi so hene. We na me mpese odi mi so hene no. And we are more important than say NDC being in power. And we are larger than NDC interest in being in power. And we know, say Obia kase muya de. You are all reneging on your responsibilities as citizens of this country.
Okay.
And
yati ye renege ye nja ya tudie nto woti ye bebu am.
No biba no see asem we mesraw emfa ntudwa na boame na onim se asem no wan fa ntudwa ebedi oman nu nya na umia wa no wan fa ntudwa why a bad citizen.
Ada ya na ebi mu ka se momwa ye ma mo fa ntudwa.
Asa una wo adwuma no na betime dia dance.
Na me am wo adwuma me nka hwe na wo so na wo ka asem ti na bibisa.
No ya ni mo na ya adwuma.
Sa enya wakasa wuni madwuma ni mu enya na chesa wo so wasem a wani abiri nyina no wo ya suro wo ya asetena ho.
Yo mate.
Yo ina.
Me kwa yi bra ba.
Oh sa enya ba muna banti wo ba ya abrami biware.
Bene asobayira na.
Mi di asobayira chere pa nti ya abrami asobayire. Yo, bedase. Abisa for Johnson say do ketia General Secretary ma NDC amanyoko no ena yene no kodi enkomo efa wonum consensus a wo mo arezi say edintwo ekoso sinton ne niema ahodo a wo hu wo mu no enu so bi enu oboboye. Quickly me fan krata ni mu na afei mene ambassador papa naniti afi no enso no shedan toye papa nti na dwuma no arrested but actually you become wasem na be the fact that musembro daily graphics says sell warrior maize assets Supreme Court orders Parliament gave tax exemption to 1D1F investors begs your others dragged to court over 1 billion Ghana cedis Oshama Fade dia ne wo se mitimi sport if you say and if crash here Friday sports phone in you but no me team Black Stars papa me ne sister fia ye de mu ye den wo Black Stars na ye sere wo se mo ma ye nsensi form wo ma ye ni jenwie peye ye sa pa na se dwada adato ye bana I say ye ntimi nkasa be ye ya papa at the back page of the Daily Graphic Sports and radio no Kenya for no womo etimi ehye Tanzania for entizesi ano Kenya waba da sentre won ewo group C nim e na Tanzania shase Algeria so che Senegal en we twa ne ba ko enti wo hwe wo group C table na Algeria ne da kan na Senegal to aso na Kenya e na afi Tanzania ene say na o say matches ni city ene Morocco be shia Cote d'Ivoire na South Africa e shia Namibia na Tunisia enso e shia Mali enra island for no Madagascar ti shia Burundi ade de o mutremu de aye ni papa Madagascar so eshe Burundi one watchina de we aye keka mu say mun ka china de no ani e china de no ena ebe ya asem wo no e china ye behwe se de ebesi akọ se Black Stars se de na no nsuma ntimi anto mpro ye ne yi de Adekye de ebe den ye betimi ne sebo no aye bibi ana Daily Graphic for you the Ghanaian Times so ena de Papa Woyome trend pa. SC ordered sale of Woyome's assets to offset 51.2 million Ghana cedis judgment debt. Abantu AWDF partner media to step up advocacy on affirmative action bill. And then Ghana generate 463,569,064 Ghana cedis oil revenue. And na oil revenue asem ye bedin komo fi say PIAC report na wo dia ba no wo say ede en wo hu wo mu say aban timi ye budget wo say oh budget no sika say na medie afi oil sika nim so be wi ase no de obedi na nusa de aka wo hia wo say ohun aban timi mu nkonta no enche ama se de ye di nso e di tete asukufo no dooso na manfo say human resource ebeboa no say wo tete onu mu wie na da atwe mo anya adwuma anya na nye kwasiko no ogina nkwantia enti na no pay ye ne government spokesperson on finance bedin komo e de afa PIAC report na odi aba no e wo empunimpo so daily guide Woyome hot SC order sale of houses government recruits Mahama nurses na pursue Sami Jemfi JB Killer same Nature say sexy don't asem no work na brantie Joseph esi edu no Dr. Ford say na dwene mu da hokrogin onim ni awoye Boapa, Dr. Fono so Casadia, and no. Daily searchlight of some perform must resign. NDC group Naposu Sami Jemfi for 1 million Ghana cedis, and then CPP declares prayers and fast for Republic Day 2019. The informer eschew bias, Rollins tells EC. And then the insights here, NDC blasts EC accuses commissioners of deliberately disenfranchising its strongholds. The weekend crusading guide, torture, home one. When a man of God decides to kill in an orphanage, when your savior is the enemy. Abrantia Anas ne expose fufra wode aba. I think it's about an orphanage home called Echoing Hill Village Orphanage. Echoing Hill. Daily Statesman. Woyome meets his March. Supreme Court orders asset sale to defray 51.2 million cedis judgment debt. And then the Ghanaian publisher, the one with the Junior Miss symbol, says relief of Adjust Safo as work on Kwabenya Road progress. Rollins assures EC of his support, but NDC accuses Commission of disenfranchising its strongholds. Government to take delivery of 300 ambulances, and has the Woyome story here amongst many other papers this Friday morning. In TNA, Woyome DNA, if he said, ya kind this press conference in Assem, and the Woyome no world trendy power and Yasem Ketwa. Ambassador Machien.
Ye nuan ya.
O de vim biaba.
Am de aba. So I want to ya.
Me share dem
vim we no ye vim a echna ye di sia
okay.
Match no. Eni abre pa.
Ye ma ye mpa ye munya di mum ne t-shirt ya nka dem.
Enwanwa.
Obi di that say omo niema 5 na wo say wo hwe Black Star match a say wo ye no. Say ye di to. Enti ye ne ya dan ne ya hye atade ato ho. So wo sa enti ekoyi a ye besia hata ne ato so ne ase ahye. Sankoya ya moka akade. But Cameroon for no there. Well,
omoya de.
Only GD on.
Oh, me wo GD say betima so mo but omo so mo nya bayira abrewajo omoya de.
Oh, tada bu ase na ene ye kwakohia Benin fui. Na ye nyina ye so Benin for there.
Oh yeah,
it's surprise betimi aba.
Say board your surprises but who say Benin for no ho. Me she dance wo mudin wo bo mu.
Ane.
Wo mo ni Burundi fo ni.
Ane.
Sam nim so mo nya ade.
Madwen no.
Na me madwen no. Say ba so mo surprise ye kakra no na say.
Afina my intina my ni so aye who be you whining no. But ye nya vim say be ye.
No shake.
Be pacho fam paibo kan we ne be kra na ni ochina. Mo ye fasting wo. Na mo fam wa Ghana Black Stars. Kevin, what's it? Kevin will be genius. He can one woman. Hey, now say, yeah, on for fasting. Can I say fasting mobile? Hey, she can't name your bobo.
The way I need dinner.
Aye,
Farmer Blaster.
Now fasting, the
So we on my with me did light be.
There be the only
be. Aye. Oh, okay. Born in tea. Oh, what's some busa ya?
Boli yawa. What's out of passion t-shirt? That's the born it. Born it is boy yenti. Born yenti. Why yenti? Born yenti. Ball wa ye na de ye muto. Ball wa ye body crew a. Ball yenti and keep Jessica thousands or millions of dollars. Yeah, they more. Born yenti kra.
Yenti. Benga china. Ocha na fasting no.
And then you china. And then you see a sha sentem. Oh sir. And no manum this one no pair of him ya bay. Wobwa fen wagesi wa wo benum why wagesi o ma nya santo aka asanto ya ma on nkwa de wo benum o de yesa
wasora ho acha ba adwuma no why this way esi wo se wonu
o so ye fast via black stars but ye wojidi say chira ebekoye ye just say on Daily Graphic the Democrats animal sell Wyoming's asset Supreme Court's orders 3 years of legal juggling over the true ownership of properties in the case involving the businessman Mr. Alfred Agbese Wyoming was settled yesterday when the Supreme Court ordered the sale of the assets to defray the 47.2 million Ghana cedis that he owes the state. Assets to be sold include 2 mansions at Trazako Estate, a house at Kpehe, where he resides. An office complex of Anato Holdings, residential buildings at Abelempe, and a stone quarry in the eastern region, including 8 plants and equipment. The court, with Mr. Justice A.A. Benin as the sole judge, held that the properties belong to Wyoming and that the claim by UT Bank that the businessman sold 2 houses at Trazako Estate to the bank to defray his debt was a sham. Again, the Apex Court held that Wyoming's quarry was not used as collateral as he and the bank claimed. Cost of 60,000 Ghana cedis was awarded against UT Bank and Wyoming. So Wyoming refunded 4 million Ghana cedis in November 2016 and promised to pay the outstanding balance by quarterly installments of 5 million Ghana cedis commencing April 1, 2017, but he failed to fulfill the pledge. Value of the property. A Deputy Attorney General, Mr. Godfrey Yeboadame, told journalists after the court ruling that the value to be realized from the sale of the asset was 20 million Ghana cedis. So we still have a balance of 27, huh? He also disclosed plans by the state to auction the properties. We will latest by Monday file an application for reserved price to pave the way for the auction of the assets, he said. If you are no kanye, na obi ni yem we dey ya semala. Baby, your thing na ka ho.
I was for Daily Graphic Democrats no and ye edi nka kata fa to so miensa. Na ye dey shas na so ye shas ye di free krata no anim. Na no ana se de eye Supreme Court wonum esigina ye na ni nyina ne se Owura Alfred Agbese Wyoming unso do America 51 point de wo ho na che se dosu ye pa Canet Doss and Anumuhono, Wakote, so much say a car or do a may no, 47.2 million. I just only a car or do a mayor, ya bayin waje, Nanra and a call to a siege, na yes, na japa dear our one, young tongue, don't call me, ye beton, said the bear, sike be free mu abano, ye bet to me a day at Tuyasa, a car, 47.2 million, no, Ghana cities, no, amano, a free honum, na amanibono kosu, hremua, watches and a japa dear or one, a B. Ye ne fia kasie mienu 2 mansions and no Trazako Estate and afe yet pehe ni fie baby or tenon so Anato Holdings wo ebi ohoni nyina na eba beton residential building Abelempe ehona no so so and on se baba beton wo de no to nche a ni stone quarry baby a opa ya bo wo apoe mantam eastern region ho nyina no wonom eba beton na ni fie no kra no se ne ma ewo mu plant ne ne ma ewo mfidie wo nyina no obeka abom na fo aboni donko mi aton sika be firi maba no na eka no yatumi ede ate na enra court tena se no Owura Justice A.A. Benin wono na chese wotumi ejigina mu esi side na ye so judge no na wachira na japade no Wyoming editor dwase ebi UT Bank edia a chese no o di kosi awa Apex Bank nyina no de ye ni kwari ni krampo kosi awa collateral na so ya hwehwem Aba be to dwa se de eye de odi kosi awo ni fia na o se eye UT bank dia de ye Trasaco estate ni nyina no nokwa bi a hye nim ni sent no se de court esi nyina se sa efie no ne japade ne kan nyina no wonom ebeton na watumi ede atua saka no aches wode eho ensem abadali graphic dobokata ne fa etoso miensa.
Papa ne say Deputy Attorney General say Joada nko a wo de koto court nanim say court ma kwan sa e wo say wo de koto ma nim say my kwan na fe ye mo ne donkomi so nom koje kwan so de bebo ne donkomi ti donkomi ni mu na be mabo no so ate ne say si a no wo de ka 47 million Ghana cedis e na opani ye bo adame say wo hwe ejapade no a on say ade a ye ton jaso ni donkomi no wo nya no bo ne te say sede
wo to bo ase aton
enti wonum kekensi ani omusha sika no niema bebrebe nyina 20 million Ghana cedis ene wo mbenya film na still aka 27 million na obetua ti eno sesi ayensa be de anka
klasa ko dan no yasemu
ni nyina AG deputy AG say benya 20 million Ghana cedis enti then ebeka ne ka I say wo mine gie 27 million Ghana cedis eno yensa be de anka
ni so ma no ye adwuma teka no.
Oh, there be it said, and yeah, I told you general for sign for money and pim no Ejuma Ben obey or Ghana Adiatisaki 27 million
sanitation.
Hey, that Ben will be as in point capra babine no amae.
There be so
or there be a mumpe for some bejen, no mumpe no
musan don't cover Japadini bimra.
Oh, says I say I come on the was here, Gianna.
Oh, okay.
And ye GBA ejebu see if be a chebia be becamana in Cecilia bisa said yaka no ombe de ameno so or mining saka. Page 16 Daily Graphic. Parliament gives tax exemption to 1D1F investors and BHE others dragged to court over 1 billion Ghana cedis. The founder and chief executive officer of the defunct Beige Bank, Michael Nyineku, and 12 subsidiaries of the Beige Group have been dragged to court by the receiver of the bank, Nia Manododo, for the alleged roles they played leading to the collapse of the bank. Nidodo is seeking to use the court action to retrieve more than 1 billion Ghana cedis from Nyineku and his companies. The writ filed at the Accra High Court accuses the former CEO of breaching his duties as a director of the bank and engaging in unlawful activities which led to massive losses at the Beige Bank. According to the writ, Nyineku allegedly supervised and unlawfully instructed the payment of hundreds of millions of Ghana cedis to his cronies and subsidiary companies without due diligence. Apart from the recovery of various sums of money, the receiver also wants to use the suit to take custody of over 10 landed properties and about 165 cars and equipment which he averred were acquired with funds from the defunct bank. The properties include a residential building at Chazako, there we go again, East Legon, and other properties scattered across Accra and Kumasi in the Ashanti region. Still on page 16 of the Daily Graphic, Parliament is giving the Ministry of Finance the green light to grant considerable tax exemptions to private businesses that have been enrolled onto the government flagship program, One District, One Factory. A Deputy Minister of Finance, Mr. Kweku Kwatin, has said he has therefore urged companies that are onto manufacturing activities, especially those operating in the countryside, to step forward to present their business plans to receive state support. Sister
I was young for Daily Graphic, the Democrats and one that's so one a catafine air tosso a do in Siagonomono. Aha, honey a demo aircraw. Na a year founder and now Chief Executive Officer CEO Emma Beige Capital Mark on Yinaku, one no and Eka said as I said, dear Wachra. One day a Numa Quabe said, do me a new subsidiaries, Bessa or more Beige Group one mono. A idea do more air quacoto, Yadomo air quacoto, and a knee a mano do or no a bank new ra wanna do a more equal quarter day. What I said now, monster so I must say bank no a goo, sika or more accurate no a dear dos ye pa. Now once nothing yansha high Emma Saberson and near my end to me and James Mokra. Na need you do a man bonocos to Hremua. Say no, what I said is sika 1 billion. I was so to me at the court Nasa or GF in a coup and the companies are who do no econom. Now and some add an ampocrat or that to Accra High Court no, while Bokani CEO, so boss ni duties no anampo na dwuma de hye ne nsa na sodie ne na sadie no ayade a ototo na jeje mu e ma se de en wo ye ne ma bi ama Beige Capital anampo Beige Bank no wo mu ahori sika je se mu oduye pa esika no emu edu na nsema krata no odekoto woni kire mu a nyina kui wo chese wono ene supervise ye e ma ekwawiase no hundreds of millions of Ghana cedis sika mu oduye pa wo de mema ye ono ane nkrofo ono mu ehwibo mu ne cronies me kwawiase saa sika nyina no ekokwa e wa bra yensa entumi anka biemu se de pam no twa no wo so de kokko to se de beya sika a je se dosu ye 1 billion ye chire no ne nsa betumi aka e de afi nyinaku ene ne companies ahodo no ehonom na katafa toso edu enso anaya meboa 1D1F no
edu nsia ne soro ha
ayo aha katafa toso edu nsia honom na o chese se de mra shebe dwafie parliament no wonom ama asoye shares o mensi kasam tutu yaso aha ya ma wonom green light say se de 1D1F no wa wudu sika beshem wa wo ye investor wudu sika ebeshem bia na enya de a eto tax no wo betua bie wo betumi aboa ye pa ahye investors do no a enkran ama wo mutumi di mirika de wo musika mu odu abewura 1D1F ni mu na aboa ama Ghana man ye nyuma no etumi adosu ye pa na Deputy Minister of Finance Owura Kwaku Kwaten wono ana de saa ensem we etodwa na manebo no koso ekiremu a wode ato companies ahodo nyina anim manufacturing fo nyina se wo momodin aseja wo mu ebetumi aboa ama 1D1F no etumi akoso na afin so wode wodwatire mu odu ahyemu eno betumi aboa ama banhyehyeye etumi akoso kama pa
Daily Guide ya kawayo meni dada na post use Sami Jemfi JB Killer census doctor now by page 3 MPs ask government to spend 440 million Ghana cedis idle oil cash. Members of parliament from both sides yesterday debated the 2008 semi-annual report of public interest and accountability Committee PIAC on the management of petroleum revenues from January to June 2018, with much focus on an amount of 440 million Ghana cedis from oil revenue sitting idle in an account for a year without being utilized. The MPs, particularly the minority members, were also concerned about the expenses of oil revenues allocated to the GNPC by the corporation and indebtedness of state-owned enterprises and government to the corporation totaling 1.3 billion Ghana cedis. The minority leader Haruna Idrisu, who seconded the motion on the report for it to be adopted by the House, expressed worry about the unused 440 million Ghana cedis oil revenue sitting idle in an account for a year while the government was struggling to pay for national health insurance, common fund and pensions. Now JB Killer census doctor, the self-confessed killer of the late member of parliament for Buakwa North JB Dankwa, has been declared as sound and sane and therefore fit to stand trial according to doctors at the Accra Psychiatric Hospital. A medical report submitted by the hospital to an Accra High Court indicated that the suspect Daniel Esiedu, aka Sexy Dondon, does not have any mental issue. The report, written by Dr. Sami Ohene, a consultant at the hospital, summarized his interaction with the accused person who appeared before him on the orders of the court presided over by Justice George Bwedi, that he is sane and he is of sound mind. Still on page 6 of the Daily Guide, Naposu Sami Jemfi, the Minister of Education, Dr. Matthew Puku Prempe, has dragged National Communications Officer of the NDC, Sami Jemfi, to court for defamation. Dr. Prempe, popularly called Napo, who doubles as MP for Menchia South, wants the court to fine Sami Jemfi 1 million Ghana cedis for allegedly making alleged defamatory statements about him. Aside from the huge cash fine, the writ of summons filed on June 25 by Sarkodie Bafwewa and partners said Dr. Prempe has asked the court to order Sami Jemfi to retract and apologize for the defamatory statement within 7 days after the judgment. Now on page 7 of the Daily Guide, 4 busted for robbery. 4 men have been arrested by the police at the Krobo mining site at Abuaji Krom near Jacobo in the Amansia Central District of the Ashanti region on suspicion of a planned robbery. The taxi cab the suspects were using has also been intercepted by the police. The arrest of Prince Afo, 28, Emmanuel Kese, 19, Prince Ajay, 24, and Kojo Sapon, 27, came shortly after police at Jakobu were alerted of a planned robbery operation that was to be carried out by the four at the mining site last Sunday.
Yo, I was here for daily guide the Democrats and if it so and so and I didn't kind of more free day. I didn't can see no. Now watch us and Brantia Maku and 9 a idea. I proceed for a dwa one yachu one ewo crobo a mining sites one ewo abuajukrum and no a bench Jacobu ewa Manchester Central Mason was antimantem Nina so mobo poko bokro no I must say there's a sea up huntuma I'm here to me achu one na taxi ana one you no da kokko bokro no so ya dey say process for ensa kan sa taxi no na one ya che wonom no aye Prince Afo wonya mfie aduonu enwotwe Emmanuel Kase wonya mfie dunkono Prince Ajay wonya mfie aduonu enan na afi Kojo Sapon ono so enya mfie aduonu enso na manebo no koso kiremu aye Jacobu honom na process for wo munya ntie say ya dey kro no bi ekoso nam so wonom duaduemu a say watumi akwakoche wonom no na Jacobu District Police Commander Superintendent Abdullah Idrusu one of this in some trophy nim enra na watch one ya atwa suspects no wo munyina watch ya dia wo musa etumi aka wo munyina se de nhwehwemu wo mudo etumi akoso kasa fa to so ensia wo daily guide the worker time mu ne demo ekro Sagana for Bekaya, Mrasibedjani, and no Jama Ebua Quan North, Abaton Pesu, JB down Quanifie, East Legon, Shiashina, mean for be Cotushan, so ne demu, Bewapu, Duano Koda, Yadisikan war, no cope, Piemu, just one cat as for Mubiemua, one who couldn't to Trinia, a free war, some night, Quanabra, Quartosa, Emma Yabo, Branta Baconi, D. added Daniel, a sea do, Tabo and some rane, a friend sexy don't so no, and an inside a chassis. Now, Shassan put a branch, Tumu, a son, one a year. Eko wi ase ya se na adwemu ka no a che se obi wa bodam so de ni kogina court a sabi ensamfo nko an obeka a che se asemi twentwene ho saa na no na se court emma tumi se yemfa abrantie sexy dondon enko Accra Psychiatric Hospital ne fa no ko doctor fo anim na eko hwe na adwene mu twese ampa so wa bodam a nampo sabi na adwene enifia na se de ya de ya sabia no wo mo do mo report aba na se wo mo ka nyina ne se ye Dr. Same Ohene ono na che se no asem ni nyina wo nanimu na de o ka nyina ne say abrante sexy dondon Daniel Esiedu or modam na adwimu ha no bibie ne hono me ha no ni sense no kwan bia so no was say asani de tumi etwa so no ye psychiatric doctor no ono wakwada de ye pa wa adwimu ha mu just ono na no wo sha abrante as say no de krata akoma court say ensem bi edi kan beto obi as sexy dondon abodam na adwimu ha no wa adwimu ha no mo che say enye no kre Dr. Same Ohene HSN na adwimu eye fine bibie ni honuma ha no HSN de ho nsam aba daily guide the worker ne fine to so ensia na ni fine to so miensan so e no de aba na wo chese eye enra mrahye bedwafo eye afanu ni nyina edom kuma ene kase no eyade a wo mu ye debate kakra adesena ano edin ye pa ni nyina ne se 2018 semi annual report public interest and accountability committee PIAC management of petroleum revenues wo mu na etuo anampo sika free wo manfangu mu eba no wo mu no mo da no hwehwe ni nyina no mo annual report a wo mo de ba ye no ekopie mu se sika 440 million Ghana cedis eda ho ye mfanya hwe sika ne te honom kama pa na wo sere wa bra se sika nke betum da nema bebre wo Ghana ha na so sika ne da ho kwa na che se ehome pa na no nam na hye bedwafo titu edom kuma no wonom editu dwa se sika ya efiri fango oyimu aba a che se Ghana National Petroleum Corporation for wonom ene ehwe adandane no sika ne wosanke de nema bi wo Ghana ha bi se National Health Insurance kra no unsa aban extra guso betumi enye sika na afi ode atoto ho nema na so sika eda honom ekwa ayeka betumi de run National Health ni mu na so ni nyina no ase eda honom na aban struggle a che se nke di sika ne ewura man ke beboa a che se no sansemi ho koye chi na hyew wo mrahye bedwafie na dom kuma ne kase na dom kase no so akase ya ho nsam ekopieye ewo efie honom
no musis gane da ho okay finance. Ura Ochema Boaji, Honorable Member of Parliament. Yoba, baby Sansiscano Dahin. Edawa EGD.
Yes, yeah, Afini, Adawa.
That was now 2018 because 2017 the so no so big musa and also a buying CEO DMD out of 700 million 300 and something musa and you were you cry dear who needs to a fabra near fanya the a buying CEO from 2017 Canada house
sure.
Oh, who's on your show? Me dear papa and by me beside the same year on your show. Your father informer and to us way to where we a daily guide named Quadia. Daily guide the informer eschew bias Rollins tells EC. Former President Ubenwo page 3. Okay. Former President Jerry John Rawlings has admonished the Jean Manson-led Electoral Commission to carry out its mandate in a manner that will give confidence to Ghanaians that it will not do the bidding of any political party. According to the former president, if the commission could eschew all biases and protect the sanctity of the electoral process, Ghanaians will have trust and be confident in the commission, which will lead to them knowing the thinking process of the commission members. Mr. Rawlings gave the admonition when Mrs. Jen Manson led the delegation from the commission, including Dr. Bosman Asari, Samuel Tete, Lauren Sapon Silviano, and Mr. Andinam to pay a courtesy call on the former president.
I was saying for the informer the broadcast and the fair so miensa any demo aircraw na no ena abatu commissioner penyo dano mami jemensa one in penny for AB Dr. Bosman Asari Samuel Tete and Afi Lawrence Sapon Sylvia ano ena ora omo ka ho nyina omo akosra kanema mpanyu ora Jerry John Rawlings ene no abonkomo ede afa abato ensem ho na kanyema mpanyu ora Jerry John Rawlings nso ede to womo anim se eni de mada womo nyo madwuma kon se de beya betumi abokwan ate wonom amaganafo enya arehemu gidie ne ahotoso wo mu na no ekoba ne saade a wo se abato bi ebekoso omamu bia no esunso aso abato komisande betudwa no ganafo betumi age atum asopemu ne kuremu ene akomapemu esanso omadikan enya gidie ni ahotoso akokodro no ewo eye abato komise muda nemo no ekoba se bia wo mu eyi wanim bu okrampa akokwa mu na wo ta amanyoko baako amanyoko ana amanyoko bi echi a ene kwan bia so wo obedi nkunim no kwa be mu na wutirim wadi nkunim na nso wamu na na wo nso a wo beri wa abato ni mu nso enya ade ase bia so betumi age atum akomapemu na je se basa abato komisa kogina fifi wa bra wankota amanyoko bi echi no ye na dwuma kono de wo se wo ye wotumi eya Ghana for ombeka se muye bue muye brutal Ghana for betwe amamo wo munya gide na hotoso wo mu no na political parties ni na so ejumudi wo se no betumi aboa amanema nema bi empempi ya na tesi wa bato mu to comment wase nya no etumi afri honom ne senti ensma kanema mpenjeje Rawlings wo de to abato komisa nyina nim se wo momodin aso betumi ayi wa adwuma ye na aboa ama Ghana abato hu sensema koye na Ghana for nso nya gide ene hotoso ewo abato komisa mu
Moe Yenfa Daily Searchlight Enwe na postu Sami Jenfi for 1 million Ghana cedis waboso or daily guide mo and then protect sanctity of the right of choice Rawlings to EC and waboso or informa mono. So we go for Fusampo for must resign NDC group. A National Democratic Congress group calling itself the NDC Action Movement has asked the party's national chairman Samuel Ofusampo to resign and concentrate on his ongoing criminal trial. Mr. Ofusampo is standing trial over a leaked tape in which he purportedly called for the kidnapping and assassination of some members in Ghana. In the tape, he also reportedly declared a ruthless war against the chairperson of the EC, Jean Manson. The Action Movement, in a statement issued and signed by its leader, James Agbe, on Thursday, June 27, 2019, observed that as the national chairman of the NDC, we expect him to lead the crusade of the rebuilding towards a more formidable NDC prepared for battle come 2020 and not to be preoccupied with tedious criminal case hanging around his neck like an albatross. It said, as unfortunate as the matter is, Chairman Ofusampo cannot continue to hold himself out as national chairman while at the same time dragging the entire party machinery into the criminal prosecution pending at the court. And that's that of movement, NDC movement for action, right?
Was for Daily Searchlight, Democrats are no, and ye DAW, na Catafriend Tosso, me and San. I don't shall say free front page honum any demo aircraw. National Democratic Congress and this Amanukono, a Kofophobia PMO dear that was no a NDC action movement. NDC action movement. Na NDC action movement see one and a air saying. Na what just a national chairman or much chairman, Samuel Fosu Ampafo, Sankabeya. Enka di break it and say dwem senia na po chama no won fan to ho won won nemu pabo on resign se the beya criminal trial bia ye de ato no so che se dan da no okwa ase ni bia ne ade no obetimi enya saa kwan no na o de akọ eye court na fe na asem bi o ne atumi aka ofosu ampofia kana asemi so manfo be kaya na no na ni tape bi epieye a che se no fa kidnapping ni nipa kunkunkun bi ehun eno echi no eye o ka se yisi krampo no mo ni besie ni a che se nya asem keto a we na nam so ma se de ye de no so bo abona dane da no ye to nsafe no wo court e ma okoyi na no na se no ekuo no NDC action movement ni say so okuta chairman di bre no na dane da o sa ba be court no de e be ha adwen ye pa ene enyina enim se so kokora mpa even police headquarters akra so okwa o sa pagya NDC mpanyfo dodo no a won ye ka se empuna na epunu o pagya dodo no a na o mu di nachi ne ye shi jamane ade ekogya no e ba sa na adwuma e wo so mo ye no o mu ntumi enye na wo mu nyina so nim se kwan bia so 2020 abane de kian ne kin wo so be ye adwumaden no ma him tumi no e de free MPP fo nsam na ye ba be ye adwumaden ahim tumi free MPP fo nsam na ye national chairman no be ye adwuma no wo kokko de bia wo ko police headquarters de bia ko report ne ho na wo ko so no anko ado ne na busuafo anko na wo sa atwe NDC mpanyfo be ye adwuma no akone de tofia kwa da bi da wo mo mpene ni sense nka be ya enka national chairman di brand de won fan to ho na senie no wontumi nyamre na won fani we ni nsema apie Daily Searchlight the Democrats and fa etoso miensa eno no sha say free front page ho no
mo ene fa Searchlight to way na menya kwan kotwa me ho nkomra ye koba pa ene ye be komo kase na fe ye dia pomode nkomo no abremo na se wia ye ne owura Daniel Ochemabo ajabo mpunimpo na ye busa piak report no emunsem se de wo ka no sika ni bi te wo a enye hwe sika agi akonwa si so keka se sika won taban na sika idi agi akonwa si so adan na ban eni se de wo ka se de aban edi won anum se odi ehwe school no edoso dodo on alternative means a odi be free SHS eni ade eni de keka ho ni nyina yebedi eho enkomo enti ene Friday no ebeye de efiadu twuma amrusa uti ho ayefe
medasi meti ho ayefe de na living God salon wo mo alaji station ho asanto a oya de pa ona ye meti de amame medasi matade nsu de despite group wo mo na de ahye me se ye mamora ye
mini time what
ochina
ube show you
yeah so na ja man ko fo mora
there be so wardrobe for ni say you why o ka say despite group the toshe
we dey exceptional
when you aje ho and you catch a head of program Mr. Rujakote ne GM Ken or say any sister Dion so that wo mo asese wo mo kai mo kawa be hu so benya Black Stars
Asha come tracing so
okay ka be so benya Black Stars Asha ebisa for ye die ho akwa ba ye koba pa ye beto aso